Right. Well, it's not really a taking, right? The bottom line is that because of the CHIPS Act, the U.S. government had decided to give a whole bunch of money to Intel. And the President Trump and Howard Lutnick, Secretary Lutnick, talked to Intel about the progress they were making in the hurdles that they had to hop over in order to get the money. And I don't think they're particularly happy with that progress. And so in the end, they worked out a deal where Intel is going to get the CHIPS money, but in exchange, we're going to get some equity. And the equity is not voting, so there's not going to be government intrusion into the business of Intel. It's more like a down payment on a sovereign wealth fund, which many, many countries have.
Kevin, though, is this the beginning of a larger effort by the U.S. government to take equity stakes in other industries that we subsidize or other companies in the AI and chip space that we subsidize? So a good example is AMD. Another example might be Taiwan Semiconductor.
Right. Well, I think this is a very, very special circumstance because of the massive amount of CHIPS Act spending that was coming Intel's way. But the president has made it clear all the way back to the campaign that he thinks that in the end, it would be great if the U.S. could start to build up a sovereign wealth fund. And so I'm sure that at some point there'll be more transactions, if not in this industry, in other industries.
OK, so we should expect the U.S. government to be taking more equity stakes in businesses around the country. That is something that if you're a CEO this morning watching us, you should say, OK, the sovereign wealth fund may be coming and trying to effectively buy in some kind of equity stake.
It's possible. Yeah, that's absolutely right. You know, that if in the past the federal government has been giving money away lickety split to companies, and the taxpayers have received nothing in return. And so now what's happening with the Intel deal is the CHIPS Act money is going out as planned, but instead of it just going out and disappearing into the ether, the U.S. taxpayers are getting a little bit of equity. I can really not see how anyone would think that's a bad thing, unless you thought that the government was then going to go in and run the company. But these are going to be shares that don't have voting rights. The government's going to stay out of it.